Chris Yule in a room full of losing ass traders. He can tell that he's not a fool, got that cool, he ain't in the big risks. He's a realist, he don't buy the dip, he's not just buying any stock. He's making outlier moves, he's picking up big tons. First he shows them trend, template 3.0. He shows them trends, the 10, 20, 50 EMA. Then he shows them outlier 9, then he shows them how to make money from strong sell to strong buy. He shows them how to trade twice a week, live from the outlier trading room. Don't buy the dip, don't get monkey hammered, just like all those other losers. He knows how to make the money, he shows you the 10, 20, 50 MA. He shows you the trend template 3.0. He shows you the outlier 9. He shows you the risk first. Watch Chris Yule trade live from the outlier trading room. Don't buy the dip, don't get monkey hammered, just like all those other losers. He knows how to make the money, he shows you the 10, 20, 50 EMA. He shows you the trend template 3.0. He shows you the outlier 9. He shows you the risk first. Watch Chris Yule trade live from the outlier trading room.
Good afternoon, Outliers. Good afternoon, Outliers. How y'all doing? It is a great day to be hanging out here with you. Super glad that you could make it. I just saw some drama in the chat. I gotta say, I am on top of this right now in the chat. We may have to ban 2 people here. Senior Wahoo and the soccer mom apparently are celebrating 40 years together. So in that case, I'm going to have to ban both of you guys. Sorry about that. No, I'm just kidding. Happy anniversary. Congratulations to both of you. How cool is that? But this is a family affair, and I'm flattered beyond belief that you want to spend your time with me on your anniversary. That is awesome. Congratulations. Very, very cool. Proud of both of you. And Senior Wahoo sent me an email the other day, which I really appreciate. So congratulations to both of you. You guys are awesome. And it's a family affair. How cool is that? All right. We got a lot to do today, so I'm not gonna beat around the bush very long. Let's get busy. We're gonna start out here. Now, it worked last week when I tried SoFi versus Hood, which one's a meme and which one's a monster. So now I'm gonna try it like this. I'm gonna see if I can try this and see if we have similar success, right? Testing the YouTube waters here. All right, today we're gonna be looking at Tesla versus MicroStrategy. Which one of these is ripping and which one is risky? All right, so let's not delay any longer. Let's get right to it. So we're going to be using the Outlier 9 framework, and what we want to see is all of these lit up. Which one of these has more lit up is going to make it more of a better buy, right? So let's start with the trend of the market. So we need to look at the SPY, the 10 over 20, price over 50. That's the Outlier trend template that we're looking for, and you can apply this to any stock out there, and we will do it all day today. 10 over 20, price over 50. So the market is in a bullish trend. Next, the signal of the market. So if we pop this open and go to the SPY, we can see the SPY is still sitting on a buy signal. So that's going to help both of them. And then lastly, market breadth. Things just changed on market breadth. So let's pop over to here and let's look at the market breadth. Actually, what we're seeing here is not so good. As of today, We have a cross under on market breadth, a cross under on market breadth. So everywhere we go today, we're going to have this little storm cloud hanging off in the distance. Like, hey, you know what? The market is not as bullish as you think it is. Meaning we're getting more and more sell signals versus more and more buy signals. All right. So next, let's go to the sector. So these are in two different sectors. MicroStrategy is actually going to be in the tech sector, and Tesla is not in the tech sector. It may feel like a tech stock, but it is in the discretionary sector. All right. So let's go to the tech sector first. The tech sector breadth is gone. Tech sector breadth has fallen off a cliff. It is going down hard and fast. And then next, the fear and greed. This is the average fear and greed score for the entire sector. Also going down hard and fast. So for MicroStrategy, this is still bearish, right? So far out of 5, MicroStrategy has 2. Let's go look at Tesla over in the discretionary sector. Okay, breadth on the discretionary sector actually has not crossed down bearish just yet. And the average fear and greed score in this sector is continuing to grow. So Tesla actually has both of these. All right, Tesla has 4 out of 5. MicroStrategy has 2 out of 5. Let's continue on. MicroStrategy does have some news, right? Does have some news. MicroStrategy stock surges as Bitcoin buying resumes, lifting holdings above 600,000. Oh my goodness here. Shares of MicroStrategy rallied toward an 8-month high on Monday after the software and Bitcoin treasury company disclosed that it has resumed buying Bitcoin as prices surged further into record territory. I don't know if you can pick up on my exaggerated emotions here. Like that's what so many people on YouTube do, right? They see a news story about a stock that they like and they lose their shit over it. I don't understand why. They're only going to get paid if price is going up. The company, which is doing business as Strategy, now says it owns more than 600,000 Bitcoins, valued at more than $70 billion at these current prices. Oh my gosh. And then let's look at the stock itself. Let's look at the stock data for MicroStrategy. Remember, only 2 out of 5 so far on the stock itself. We've got 10 over 20, price over 50, so a bullish trend with a buy signal that came on June 30th. These signals have given us 2,927% returns. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty great. So the trend is good. The signal is good. The fear and greed is actually getting less fearful, moving more towards the greediness. So that's what we want to see over here. And are there any outlier blocks on top of MicroStrategy? Let's see. Yes, there is right here at 458, give or take. So MicroStrategy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This puts it solidly in neutral, solidly as a stock that I'm not interested in buying, not even with your money, not even with your money. So let's go look at this on Tesla. So we're going to reset this. Okay, this is now for Tesla. Let's go look at Tesla. Huge news coming out on Tesla. Oh my gosh, get your wallets ready. Okay, Tesla saw a rebound in one European country for the month of June. Can you believe one European country for the month of June? Tesla struggled in Europe for the first half of 2025, but you got to buy everything you possibly can at this point, right? It's a rebound in one European country. It's going to the moon, right? Even though Elon's lost his mind and his politics, he's going to do whatever he's going to do, right? No politics here. What I'm saying is, dude has gone all the way in the deep end of politics, right? Left, right, who cares? Elon's all up in there, right? But calls for boycotts over CEO Elon Musk's political views. Oh my gosh. Or increased competition from other countries in the region or companies in the region. Unlock everything you need to beat the market with Benzinga Edge exclusive. My story is gone. I can't read it anymore. Thanks so much, Benzinga. Okay. Let's go back over to here. Yeah, that did not work for me like I wanted it to. Let's go look at the stock. Chris, you love your Tesla. I do love my car. My Model Y performance is really sick. But let's go look at this, right? On the stock, we have a sell signal. It's been in a downtrend for the last few days. So bearish. Fear and greed. Actually, nope, it's going down. 40. No. Up slightly. 43.66, 44.13 today. Slightly higher. And then if you ever wanted to see what order block city looks like, right? You've seen Gotham City. You've seen New York City. You've seen all kinds of cities. But have you ever seen order block city? This is order block city. You've got a bearish order block inside of a bullish order block right here. This is order block city. All right. Yeah, that's not going to work for me. That's not going to work for me. So Tesla has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also solidly in the neutral category here. So now it's up to you. You tell me in the chat, right? If you're watching this live or watching this on the replay, which one is ripping and which one is risky? You tell me down in the chat which one you feel is ripping or risky. Tesla, is that ripping or is MicroStrategy ripping? You tell me. And while you do that, let me introduce what we're doing here, right? This is the OVTLYR trading room, and we're going to be trading what my strategy called the golden ticket trading strategy. And this is my style of trading using OVTLYR. And it always starts with what the market's telling us. Now, we have already established that the market is not set up, right? We have a bullish trend. We have already established we have a buy signal, but we do have bearish breadth. Now, because of this, I will no longer look for new trades. I will not look for new trades until breadth rolls over. And because of that, we're only going to be looking to start closing trades, ones that are already in our portfolios, and we're not going to be adding any more. However, I'll definitely look at some that you want to suggest later on, right? David says, I wouldn't buy those with your money. And then Michael, this is why there's a market. Why can't we buy both? Why can't they be both, right? I love this. This is so fun. That's how we make a market, right? Pete says they're both risky. David says they're both terrible. Too much risk. Exactly. All stocks are bad, but every once in a while, they act right. Steve says, I've lost more money on Tesla, so Tesla is more risky. Yeah, outstanding. Wes says MicroStrategy is in premium and Tesla is in discount. Georgia says Tesla's risky and MicroStrat is ripping. Rick says #hood. Awesome. Okay, so we've already established, remember, the trend is bullish, the signal's bullish, but the breadth is bearish. We'll not be looking to put on new trades. Now, that does make things a lot simpler because all we have to do now is look at exit points, right? But before we start looking at that, let me introduce myself. I am a random guy on the internet, but my name is Christopher Ewell. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I was mentored by 5 of the market wizards, the best traders of all time. I've been successfully trading since 2009, and this is where outliers like us save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. So let's go look at the exits, right? Before we add any new trades, we need to reduce risk. Reduce risk before adding new trades. That might mean moving a stop up. That may mean taking a trade off. That may mean rolling our options up, right? We need to reduce risk before adding new trades. Now, always remember, when we put these on, we talk about this. On the trades that we put on, there are no expectations on the outcome of the trades. I know you're probably thinking, if you haven't been in this game for years like I have, well, of course, the expectation is to win. The expectation is I'm going to have more money at the end of the day than I did at the beginning of the day. Unfortunately, we cannot control that. We cannot control that. And remember, we did not have profit targets. We did not have expectations. We just have a plan to get out when one of your exit signals is hit. And don't do anything until your exit signal is hit. So let's look at this. This is what I call my market exits, bull market exits. A SPY close under the 20-day exponential moving average. We're not there yet. I don't know when we're going to be there, but we're nowhere close to there right now. 614 is the 20-day, and 624 is where we're at right now. If the sector and market breadth crossover, however, close all trades in that sector. Now, one thing that I do for our outliers, I actually put out a notice every day, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the early afternoons, with my trading plan. And so today, I went through this talking about where I'm going to get out or where I'm going to roll or where I'm going to keep these trades. And BTI is in the staples sector. The staples sector has bearish breadth today. Let me close some tabs real quick. The staples sector has bearish breadth today. And because of that, I'm already in that sector. It just got bearish breadth crossover today. The market has a bearish crossover today, meaning I need to close that trade. This is my exit signal for BTI. So I'm going to close BTI right now before I do anything else. Now, what is this going to do for me? It's going to be right at break even. I don't know. This is what we call in the business a scratch. It might be a small win, it might be a small loss. It really doesn't matter. It's going to be out of our way. That's what it's going to be. So I need to log in at Trader real quick. I'm going to close BTI. Give me a moment here. I need to log in. Oh, hang on. It's making me log into my email to get a verification code. 2 seconds here. Talk amongst yourselves. No, I'm not letting you see my email. Not my inbox today. All right. All right. Verified. And now it's loading. Okay, there we go. Start live trading. Start live trading. So last week I sent out an alert in our Discord and you watched me do it live where we bought the BTI 48 calls. Now remember, at this time, could I see the future? Did I know that we were going to have a bearish breadth on the market or bearish breadth in the staple sector? No, of course not. Impossible, right? I didn't know where this was going to end up. It doesn't matter. I just will exit when one of my signals is hit, which is what we have now. So BTI. And as I mentioned before, we were in the BTI 48 calls on August 15th. So we'll go to August 15th and we're in the 48 calls. So we need to close these 48 calls. Give me just a moment here to go on my other screen. I don't know why I forgot to log in everything. Going in the other screen in the business account and the family fund account, and I'm going to close in both accounts. BTI, close, full position. And I'm going to try at 405. That's mid price. Let's see. Probably if I give it a few more minutes, it'll be filled, but I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. You know that song. Don't act like you didn't sing that in the shower. All right. Not getting filled yet. Let me replace that down to $4. Maybe we'll get a price improvement. All right. Filling, partial fills, still working. I know you guys are selling on top of me as well, which is pushing prices down, which is not helping me. I'm partially filled at $4. It's not filled all the way. Y'all cut it out, okay? We got a good thing going here. I'm about 2/3 filled of it. We got a good thing going here, but I don't want to have to stop doing this, okay? If y'all keep this up, stealing from me, we're going to have to stop doing this. All right. My family fund is out at $3.98. My main account is still working at $4 price. Still about 2/3 of the way filled. Matt says, that was a throwback to like 15 or 20 years ago when I saw that, when I sang that in the shower. Sol Victor says, you can't blame me. I'm paper trading. Dawson's Creek was a guilty pleasure when I was a teen. Come on. Get filled already. This may be the first one I've had to replace when mid closing here. I don't know if it'll let me. Place. Oh, it will. Okay. Yeah, I just pushed that down to $3.95. There it goes. I'm filled all the way out. My average price is somewhere between $3.95 and $4. I would have to do the math on it. We're just going to say I got it at $3.98. I'm going to say we got it at $3.98. Thanks a lot, guys. Stealing that from me. Ugh. All right, reply. So we closed BTI right now. Today is the 14th. Trade number 1, close BTI. 8:15, the 48 calls, and we got out for, like I said, $3.98. Partially filled at 4, partially filled at $3.95. I'm going to put it in at $3.98. How does that work for me? BTI. And this is why we position size the way we do, right? So I got out at $3.98. That was barely nothing. That was a 6% loss. Big deal. The reason was it was a sector and market breadth crossover. This was a negative 6.69% loss, or a 0.85% account impact. Okay, no big deal. We're moving on, right? No big deal. This is what we are planning to do already. is get out of the way, right? Get out of the way. So BTI is closed. Now let's move on to the next steps, right? Which is our chart exits. So we're out of BTI. We don't have to look at this one again. In fact, I'm going to remove this so I don't look at it again. Let's start with Civi. Civi is crashing down to levels not yet seen since 2 candles ago. Not yet seen since 2 candles ago. Now, granted, it's down almost 6% right now, which sucks, of course. However, we got in. We made a little money on it. We took partial profits here, and it came down. Okay, it came down. It is what it is. That's part of the game, right? We always intended to get out when one of our exit signals is hit. It is hit right now. Okay, so let's move this out of our portfolio right now. So we are in the Civi. Where is Civi? Hold tight. I like to go back to where I put these on so that you guys can like follow the trail, right? No. In this channel. Hold tight. In channel. I don't know how to filter just to this channel. Everybody else is complaining about Civi not being vertical at this exact moment, so we're gonna see where I put it in at EW, EQNR. Just a moment here while I find it. DVN, DT. Not there. There it is. Okay. We're gonna reply. That way we can keep track. This is trade number 2. We're gonna close Civi. We haven't done it yet. We're closing the 27.5s on 8/15. So let's go to Civi. Type that wrong. CIVI. Civi was a phantom roll, exactly. So we're closing the 27.5s. And the price is right around $3 right now. Closing Civi, full order. Wait a minute, why is it trying to do $4? 27.5. Hold tight. I think I messed something up. That's weird. On this screen, 27.5, August 15th, shows $4. On this screen, the 27, oh, I was going to say, that's not right. 27.5 shows $3. Something's not right here. Okay, there we go. 27.5 in August. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, close full position. 395, starting there. Not filled yet. Let me pump that down to 390. Now, what's something, oh yeah, getting all the fills. Thank you very much. And I'm out. What's something you're noticing about whenever I put on a trade? Am I sitting here? Am I bitching and moaning? Am I complaining that things aren't working? Or am I being a professional and saying, okay, here's what it is. We're getting out, right? Ooh, 397 on the family fund. That was good. I got out at 390 in my account and 397 in the family fund. So the family fund did a lot better on that one than me did. Okay, that's all right. Close Civi. 40 or 27.5 calls for my account. I got out at 390. Heat map target was not hit. We have a close under half APR from phantom roll. Now, for those of you who don't know, phantom roll means we wanted to roll it, but unfortunately, the pricing was not there to roll it. And that's okay. We just treat it as if it were rolled. And we got out of Civi at 390. 390, which another small loss, no big deal. 22. 22.15% loss, which was a 2.10% account impact. Now, for those of you also following along, I trade a 7% risk. 7% risk, meaning when I put on the trade, I'm acknowledging I am willing to put on 7% of risk in my account on any trade. Let me tag everyone. Sorry, my bad. Meaning, if I lose a trade, I will only crash my account down by 7% at the very worst case. At the very worst case. This one here down 2, down 2. So I still have 98% of my account. Okay. This is how you have to position size things. Right. So I'm done with Civi. It's out of here. I don't care about it anymore. SM. Let's look at SM right now. Actually, SM is probably going to stay on. Probably going to stay on. Because it's not a half ATR from entry. The 10 EMA is not broken. There's no order blocks. Not a gap in a crap. And we haven't rolled it yet, so we're not worried about that. There's no earnings or expiration risk right here. And we have not hit our heat map targets yet. What are the heat map targets? So let's go over to SM and we'll talk about that. Rick says, we are skillfully navigating out of the market, headed back to cash. I love how you have written this. The market isn't acting right, and it could be a week, or it could be weak. It could be months before it does. Well said, Rick. You know what? Everybody do me a favor. Pay respects to Rick in the chat by typing Rick, just like this, R-I-C. Rick is very well versed in how to get in of trades and out of trades, right? We're not going to win every one. Right? Stop assuming that it's only going to be that. But look at this, right? We're looking at this. We got in and it's still continuing to rise. This is the fear and greed heat map value. As you can see, it's rising and rising, continues to rise. It's up at 55.36 right now. My target to exit is 63. I don't have a reason to close SM. So I will keep SM on. SM is in the energy sector. The energy sector is still bullish. Yeah, everybody's paying respects to Rick in the chat. Rick, excellently done. Excellently done. All right, we're skillfully navigating out of the market because things are not working for us. And that's what we're doing right now, exactly. So SM is going to stay. I don't have a reason to close SM, and that's okay. Right? Don't have a reason to close SM. Oxy, again, crashing to levels not seen since 2 candles ago. All right. You guys are so quick to freak out over all these little moves. This is a marathon. It is not Lambos or food stamps on every single trade. So be sure you continue to look at your trades in that regard, right? Dana asks, move the SM exit on the 10 EMA, right? Yes. So the SM exit, I don't know where the half ATR was originally, but it's right at the 10 EMA now. Thank you, Dana. Thank you for pointing that out. That's what we're doing right here. Oxy. Again, let's look at the heat map. Heat map target, the fear and greed heat map, I set for 62. That's my target to get out. It's not a price target. I don't know where price is going to be when it gets there. What I'm doing is allowing the fear and greed to expand. So the greed is expanding, and I want that greed to run as far as it can without going too far and snapping back on me. Okay. So here it is at 55 on the fear and greed heat map. And I said my target's 62. I don't have a reason to close it. So Oxy stays on with nothing to do. And let's go to Wes says, I saw some Lambos in Grapevine over the July 4th weekend. Very cool. Sounds like Wes is in my neck of the woods. Then let's go to Ew. Ew. I hate this name so much, but it's so fun to say. Let's go to Ew. All right. Looking at Ew, my heat map target on this one is 61. The heat map today is at 51.90. And so this is in the healthcare sector. Again, healthcare sector is still bullish on breadth. So nothing to do on this one. And looking on here, we are going to move the trailing stop up to the 10 EMA. So just moving that up slightly. That's how we're reducing risk right here. And we're going to rename this to 10 EMA. And that's it, right? What do? We took off 2 trades. We moved up 1 stop. And then we have 3 that are going to continue to run. Why am I going to let them continue to run? Because I don't have any profit targets on these, right? I don't have any expectations. I don't know where they're going to go. I have no idea. And any YouTuber who says that they do is full of baloney, full of hot monkey donkey baloney. We don't have any profit targets, okay? I'm not going to sit here and wait for it to hit $84 a share. This stock is going to make you a millionaire when you put $90 into it, right? How many times have you seen that, right? We're not going to put any kind of baloney out there like that. We are just going to follow our plan to get out when one of our signals is hit. When one of our exit signals is hit. Elsewise, don't do anything. Elsewise, don't do anything. But I want you right now to put your stocks in the chat, and I want to help you out. Put your stocks in the chat right now. My plan is to hold these 3. I don't intend to put on any new trades for a while, but I do need to go put my excess cash in SGov. And in SGov, that is where I can earn daily interest until I put on new trades once again. Paul wants to look at Palantir. Let's go look at Palantir. Now, what we're going to do, Paul, is we're going to run these through the OVTLYR 9. We're going to reset this and run these through the OVTLYR 9. And when we do, I'm going to give you a fear and greed score right here. Well, not a fear and greed score necessarily, but a strong sell to strong buy score. Okay. Anything in the middle is a neutral. If it's more on this side here, that's a buy to strong buy versus a sell to strong sell. We're going to start with Palantir. One of the internet's very favorite stocks is Palantir. Up 4.68% today. Okay, cool. Let's start with Palantir. I think this is a great one to start with. PLTR. Now, if you remember, if you've been following what I've been saying, these order blocks right here are areas of huge support and resistance, right? And this has been a really strong area of resistance, and it's finally breaking through today, which is bullish AF. If it can push through this and hold, which it probably can, I would be very, very much liking Palantir at this point. But let's objectively go measure it. This is the tech sector. As you remember, tech sector breadth falling off a cliff. Tech sector fear and greed going down. That's not helping its case here. So while the market is not fully bullish, the sector is also not fully bullish. So 70% of the stock's move is not there helping it like it could be. Let's go to the stock itself. It is in a bullish trend, 10 over 20, price over 50. Buy signal just came on July 9th, and that was a really good buy signal, by the way, from here up to here so far. And it's getting less fearful, moving more greedy, and it did just break through that OVTLYR block. So boom, 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 boom. Right. So now this is actually a weak buy. It doesn't have the sector. It doesn't have the market fully bullish right there. But Palantir at this point looks really, really sharp. Let's see. Marty wants to look at MU. Let's go look at MU. I believe this is it's also in the tech sector. What is this stock again? I can't remember. Micron. That's right. Micron Technologies. So sector will not change. These are going to stay the same. These are going to stay the same. We're going to reset here. And it is actually sitting on a sell signal. 10 over 20, price over 50. So in a bullish trend, getting less greedy, more fearful. So Micron in a bullish trend, sell signal, more fear. And any OVTLYR blocks on top of Micron? Yes, there is an OVTLYR block on top of Micron. And that could be the reason why it's struggling in this area, right? Remember, these are areas of large support and resistance. This resistance may be kicking Micron's butt right here on top of everything else. So Micron is a weak sell for me. I would not be holding Micron with your money at all. Gus says SGov is a strong buy, which is exactly what I'm going to do in just a moment here. Let's do one more. Let's do Yush. Our friend Yush wants to look at Rocket Lab. So Rocket Lab is in the industrial sector. Let's go see how it's going. All right. Rocket Lab has a buy signal that came just last week on Tuesday, 10 over 20, price over 50, getting more greedy. Now, like I say, this is in the industrial sector. So the trend is good, signal's good, fear and greed's good. Let's go over here to the sector real quick. Not crossed bearish just yet, and the sector average fear and greed score is continuing to grow, so that is bullish and bullish. So now let's go look for any order blocks on top of here. By the way, I'm using TradingView. TradingView, you can use the free plan and use our free indicator in the OVTLYR Discord to get your charts to look exactly like mine for free. This is one of the many benefits of being an OVTLYR. Rocket Lab looks like a rocket ship. Dadgum, look at that. Yeah, Rocket Labs looks amazing, right? 8 out of 9, but very strong momentum right here. Exceptionally strong momentum on Rocket Lab. So listen, I hope that this was useful to you. If it was, the best way that you can pay me back is by telling everybody you know about OVTLYR, because OVTLYR is the easiest way to help you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. And if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, click one of these 2 videos, and we will talk soon.
There's money to be made as long as you are smart. Know where you get it and where you get out. Read charts and follow your own plan. Don't listen to jokers, don't fall for scams. Cash for setup and read market charts. Gonna cash is a trade, it's not just you or out. Check in with your key at the very start. No expectations on the trade, just execute. On the trade, just execute.
Going to cash is a trade, it's not just you or out. Check in with your key at the very start. No expectations on the trade, just execute.